In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this Mermaid pencil case out of duct tape. So it's got a Velcro closure on it rather than a zip that I usually do, and there's plenty of enough room for your pencils. So you're going to want to make a template of the size you want. Obviously depending on how many pencils you want to hold inside, you might want to make larger ones. So I've made it like overly big so it'll fit quite a few in. And you want like the tail separate from the fin. And you can make like a miniature one and turn it into a purse, but this is going to be a pencil case, so you're going to need some of the mermaid tail duct tape, and then a colour for the inside and the actual fin. So I'm going to start by making the fin. So I've just got some of the blue glittery duct tape, and I'm just going to make a small sheet of duct tape, just big enough for the template to fit on. I'm going to flip this over and then put more duct tape on the back so there's no stickiness anywhere, both sides are not sticky. So now I'm going to draw around the template of the fin, and then I'm just going to cut this out and then put it to one side because you don't need this yet. So this is what it looks like when it's done. And so now we're going to go for the main body of the tail. So I'm using this fish scale or mermaid scale kind of duct tape, and it doesn't seem to line up. I've tried it so many times, different ways, and it doesn't seem to line up. So you can either not line it up, or I have come up with a trick that I've done with one side of it, which I'll show you in a second. So I tried it every way I could and it would not line up without me doing like this special thing. So you want to make a sheet big enough for your template, then you're going to flip it over, and then you're going to cover this side with duct tape as well, and this side is going to be on the inside, so you don't have to use the same duct tape. You can use a plain one or whatever other colour you want, or alternatively you can just clear tape it if you want to save on duct tape. So once that's done, you want to get your template over and you want to draw around it and cut it out the same size as your template, and you're going to need to do this twice because you're going to need a front and a back. So this is my trick for getting it to kind of line up. So you're going to start off with one bit of duct tape, then on the second one you actually cut around like the side of each of the first like full scales, so you basically cutting away all the scales that are like cut in half. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing once I peel this away, and you just do this around the entire down the entire side of the duct tape, and then you just line up the scales next to each other, so when they overlap it doesn't matter if they're not the same colour as the one underneath it, because it's completely overlapping a scale. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. So you've just got down that one side it's full scales rather than half. Then you just overlap this with the previous bit, and you keep doing that until you've made the sheet of the size you want. Then you have to carefully line this up so you don't see any of the scale underneath it. And it does look a lot better, as you can see. These two, one's not lined up, the other one is. So it does make a difference if you do it that way. It does take a while though. So once you've got both of them, make sure they're both the same size. They should be if you've used the template. Now you want it so the scales are facing inwards. So you've got whatever colour was on the inside now facing outwards on both sides. Then you want to get the tail and you want to line up the fin, line it up at the bottom of the tail. You might need to fold over the edges so they're not hanging out the side. So you've got 3 bits of duct tape on top of each other at this point, and then we're going to staple those together. You can never have too many staples with this because this is what holds it together. Alternatively, you can actually sew it. So I'm going to put a few staples down this side, and then I'm going to staple up both sides of the other sides as well, the long sides, and I'm going to leave the top open. So I say, you can never have too many what they call it, staples in this. So then I'm just going to get some more duct tape that matches the duct tape that's shown, and I'm going to cover up the staples because they look messy. So I want all those nicely hidden. I'm going to do this at the bottom and on both sides. Again, the top is still open. So once you've done that, you're going to take the tail and now you're going to turn it inside out so it's the right way around. So the bigger one you do this, the easier it is. If you made like a small purse one, it will be a bit more fiddly. But take your time, do it slowly, and it should pop out. So like I say, just unfold it very slowly. You don't want to like yank on anything because it might rip. So next I've got some Velcro. This is self-adhesive Velcro. So I've got both bits on here, and I'm taking the back end off one, and this is what I'm going to use it as closure. So I'm going to stick this in the middle of this, like right at the top on one side. I'm going to make sure it's stuck down nice and firmly. Then I'm going to peel off the backing of the other side. Then I'm going to close up the pencil case, and then it should stick nicely, and then it will line up nicely when I open it and close it again. And that's it, you're done. So now it's safe to use as a pencil case. Alternatively, you can make a smaller one and just glasses case as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you make one, and see you in my next video. Bye!